everybody. Welcome back to Fresh from the Trollbox, episode 9, and a special. Hola, Stefan. How was your start of the week? How did you interpret the news from Argentina at the start of the week? I think that's big news. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, it's big news in the community. For me, it's good news for adoption because it shows a good use case of crypto and Bitcoin in particular. And though it wasn't surprising that the guy won, if you look at the alternatives, and maybe it's even not so good for the country as such, but for us Bitcoiners, we like it. Look at El Salvador as a comparison here. They introduced the US dollar way ago, like I think 2001 or so. And then later on, they went into Bitcoin, accepting Bitcoin as well. I assume that if they take some time, Argentina will be much faster in adopting Bitcoin. Especially as Bitcoin is a hedge against the US dollar and the inflation there as well. So if you really want to go for it, I assume Bitcoin will be adopted either by the state or by the inhabitants of Argentina just naturally over the next couple of months, maybe years, which is good news for us, but it will take some time. So I watch out for more adoption, more usage, maybe a little bit more usage of Lightning Network, because that's what it's then for and what the people need as a use case on the ground.
Yeah, I mean, interesting, right? We've always seen it that Argentina is among the top 3 Spanish-speaking countries when it goes to crypto adoption, next to Mexico and Spain, actually, when we look at volumes. And this move is certainly a very bold move. And I think that Milei has been very candid, very open about him pursuing plans for digital currency and Bitcoin. So let's see if they leapfrog, and we'll soon see Mr. Milei on crypto conferences all over the world, as we've seen Najib. Yeah.
What makes me really excited about it is that Argentina is, and this is, I mean, don't get me wrong, no disrespect, but it's a country that really has something to offer, right? I mean, it's a country that is super rich in natural resources. Actually, it was at some point in time one of the richest countries in the world. And the only thing that is broken is actually the economic system. It's not the country as such. So it really has something to offer for the Bitcoin community as well. So yeah, as you say, much excitement here. And I'm looking forward to further news there.
Yeah, well, I guess we kind of stay within the time zone and at least just move a little bit up north in the continent. That was where the second big news this week happened, with Binance settling in the US. Obviously, something that comes very close to BitMEX too. Do you want to share a little bit your perspective on what it means for the industry, what it means possibly for Binance maybe, and also maybe in the light of ETF approval, what's to expect there?
Yeah, leaving aside gossip and whether we like it or not, or how we look at that, actually it was for me a tick the box exercise. So the Binance case needed to be cleared before anything in the US can happen to adopt crypto in a broader way, meaning by TradFi, right? So any ETF needs to tap into the liquidity of the market. Yes, we have a CME, CBOE going into crypto, of course, but still the largest venue, the largest liquidity pool in the world was basically one that was unregulated in the US, that had some regulatory issues. So the asset managers couldn't even tap into that, right? So this is now ticked. I mean, not today, but it will be ticked. So the law case is over. There will be remedial actions, which then allows even more TradFi geared asset managers and banks probably to connect to that directly or indirectly, different matter. But it's a tick the box exercise. I guess now maybe a little bit longer, maybe in January, the way is open for the spot crypto ETFs there. So good news for the whole community as well. Although frankly, I have to repeat that. I sound like a broken record to some of my friends. If you really want to get Bitcoin exposure, I mean, don't buy an ETF, buy it outright spot, or even buy a perp, which is the most cost-efficient way to get the exposure. I mean, anyone who buys Bitcoin exposure outright without any addition via an ETF hasn't understood what crypto is about and how it works, but it's a different matter, and it will tap into customer groups or investor groups that crypto itself cannot tap into. So it's fine, but not for us crypto natives.
Not your key, not your coin. Exactly. Yes. And then, I mean, looking at the settlement that Binance has done now, in terms of what it means for their organization, and I mean, we've lived through it. Do you expect them to kind of take a similar path? How do you see them kind of keeping up with competitiveness?
Just being factual about it, what will happen is they turn from a business-oriented organization. I mean, if you look at what CZ did, very commercially driven guy, very target oriented, right? I mean, like a cruise missile. If he wanted to get something, he got it done. Amazing, one has to say. So big regards to him. That is over. I mean, he will step down as the daily CEO of this company, or he did so already. They will get a monitor. I mean, anyone who is a little bit older and has seen how US monitors work in TradFi, it basically means your speed is like, don't want to over exaggerate, but maybe you go to 1/3 of your original speed, if at all. That means in competitive landscape talk, they will lose in competitiveness. Whether they will maintain their number one status in the market is to be seen. So yes, they can do. Maybe they learned from us here as well. I mean, they learned in the first place from BitMEX how to set up crypto derivatives and how to do that. Maybe they learned there as well. But for sure, they won't be as big in comparison in market share in 2 years and 3 years time than they are today.
Okay, yeah. And I guess looking at the market, right? It's been, well, there's been a bit of a pump after Argentina, then by the dip during the Binance news, but it's generally been a very nice and tradable market. Do you want to share a little bit how you've seen it trading between the boundaries this week?
Yeah, it's, again, like repeating myself here from some of the previous versions and previous episodes. I like this environment. It's pretty stable. So you have upper lower boundaries, support lines, right? And basically for all the main coins. And then you just trade within those boundaries. You go up, down, long, short. So for disciplined traders or bot traders, this is really the time to do it, right? As long as you're risk managed and you make sure that you don't hit liquidation or you miss out on any pump, it's really a good environment to put in orders regularly, because you can pretty much see, like, it's between now, I think we started at 36,000 roughly, went up to 37, down to 36, now to 38. I mean, that's more or less perfect to trade day by day, right? I mean, not I mean, you shouldn't put in an order with 100 times leverage and hardly any margin, so collateral, and then just wait, because then you will be liquidated. But if you're doing it professionally, what we are for as BitMEX, it's perfect time. It's perfect time. And we even had some news. If you look at the bonk listing, that was quite good. If you participated and you had coins in the beginning, quite some nice action there. Let's see how it goes, but enough going on. So that makes me very, very optimistic for 2024. So we see the beginnings of more activity in the market, more coins coming, interesting use cases, interesting projects out there. Tick the box exercise, well, not exercise, but tick the box on some regulatory action. So yeah, we have a free path, like a good highway in 2024.
Yeah, excellent. So if you haven't talked all crypto during the Thanksgiving dinners, I guess Christmas dinners is a good moment to prepare for all crypto conversations.
Definitely.
Thank you very much, Stephan. Have a great weekend and talk next week.
Speak next week. Hey, bye.